All right, so this is day one of trial vlog. And so the first thing I gotta do is I need some water or some coffee or something. This is very early. I need some pick-me-up. All right, now that I got some water, I can get my day started. I would consider this day one of trial prep. You've seen the introduction. So I'm here this morning, obviously, at my home office. I'm not at the actual office. All right, so it's time for me to get to work. Today, we're going to be working on voir dire. Chloe and I are going to be working on voir dire. What is voir dire? Voir dire is the part of the trial where we select the jury. We ask the jury members, potential jury members, various questions so that we can identify those jury members, potential jury members, who have biases in our case. If we can identify those jury members with biases, we will eliminate them. We don't want them on our jury. If they have a bias for the insurance company, a bias against personal injury cases, a bias against personal injury lawyers, a bias against lawyers, period, any kind of bias for whatever reason. And those reasons come about from different places. Some folks have been employees of insurance companies. Some people have been a part of law enforcement. Some folks are small business owners who have been sued in the past. Some folks are just conservative and believe that personal injury attorneys and personal injury lawyers cause folks to lose jobs because corporations are having to pay out big settlements or verdicts, and therefore they are laying off people. All of that is misinformation, but it's there. We have to identify those people, and we have to get rid of those people. We don't try to educate them. We don't try to change their minds. We just eliminate them. We strike them, in other words. That's the term we use. We strike them off the jury. Here in the state of Texas, there has been a lot of work by insurance companies to taint the minds of people and give them reasons to hate personal injury lawyers and personal injury lawsuits. They are all over the place. And they're good people, but they just believe a certain way because the insurance company has been very effective at putting out misinformation, if you will. So we have to identify those folks. And the way we do it is we ask them questions and we try to make a safe place for them to answer our questions truthfully so that we can, again, eliminate them. So all of that is the purpose of voir dire. It can last a long time. I don't anticipate voir dire in this case lasting a long time. The facts are pretty simple. We anticipate voir dire lasting in this case maybe a half a day at the most. And we should be able to pick a fair and unbiased jury, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But it's really important that we do so because the jury is going to decide not only if the other person is at fault, but to what degree the other person is at fault, and they will determine whether or not our client deserves any damages or any compensation. And let me say a word about compensation. When a person is in a car accident, money is really important because they have medical bills now. They have most likely lost their vehicle. They have lost wages. So money is really important. And the purpose of compensating people is to try and put that person, that injured person who was injured by somebody else's fault, to try and put that person back in a position as close as possible that they were before the accident. So you're kind of restoring them. And if you think about it, that's fair, because if a person is driving recklessly or negligently and causes someone injuries and turns their life upside down, then they ought to be held accountable for what they did. That is the purpose of having insurance. We have insurance, we buy insurance, we pay premiums so that if we cause someone else some harm in their life, their insurance company has the responsibility of making that person whole. Now, here's the problem. Insurance companies do not want to do that. They don't want to spend money. They don't want to release money. They will fight. I use the 3 Ds to describe insurance companies. First, if they can, they will deny your claim. If they can't deny it, they will try to diminish it. And if they cannot diminish it, they cannot deny it, then they do the third thing. They will delay, and that's just the way insurance companies are. Now, they spend a whole lot of money every year, as I said earlier, trying to taint the public's mind with a lot of misinformation to try and make us look like the bad guys. And a lot of people buy into it. They spend a lot of money trying to lobby state legislatures and the U.S. Congress to change laws in their favor. And it's not just them. It's also corporations. They too spend a lot of money lobbying state legislatures and the U.S. Congress to try and make laws more favorable to them. And a lot of people in the public agree with them because they believe when insurance companies and corporations have to pay out, they believe that it costs jobs. So that is the sort of bias, misinformation that insurance companies and corporations put out there that we have to fight. And so we ask questions, and hopefully the jury panel will be honest with us and share their truest feelings and thoughts. It is our civic duty to serve on juries. However, there's sometimes when you're not a good fit for a jury, and you should let the lawyers know. All right, you should let the lawyers and the judge know that you're not a good fit for this case because you hold a certain bias for or against something involving that case. All right, I've said enough. It's time for me to get to work. Got to start writing these voir dire questions. After we finish this, then we will get into the opening statement. Chloe and I will work on the opening statement. Like I told you in the beginning, we're going to take you on this journey with us. We're going to show you how we do this. And by the way, we can't share the intimate details of the case. We can't share parties' names and so on. But this is a real live trial. This is a case that we're handling. The next time I talk to you, it will be about opening statements. All right? Peace.